before the dawn breaks, before the chaos, before the messages, the emails, the demands, the noise of the world that surrounds us. In that sacred silence, I prayed, a simple prayer, an honest prayer, a prayer that would change everything about that day. Wait. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share a prayer so powerful that it transformed my entire day into peace. A prayer you can pray every morning. And I believe it can transform your days too. You don't have to start the day with fear. You can start with peace. Dear brother, dear sister, do you know that moment? When you wake up and the first thing that comes is the list of things to do. The worries about what might go wrong, the anxiety about meetings, conversations, challenges waiting for you, that feeling in your chest that says, this is going to be a hard day. You know, Scripture speaks of men who understood the power of beginning their day with prayer. King David would wake and cry out to God before anything else. He wrote, "In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning, I lay my requests before you and wait expectantly." He knew something profound. He knew that the way you start your day determines the way you live your day. And Jesus himself understood this. Before his greatest challenges, before his most difficult moments, he would rise early in the morning while it was still dark and pray. He would seek solitude with his Father. He would align his heart before the world could pull him apart. But here's what most of us do. We wake up and immediately we are bombarded. Our phones buzz. Our minds race with 1,000 things. We jump out of bed and into the rush. We let the day dictate our peace instead of dictating peace to our day. And you know what happens? By noon, we are exhausted. By evening, we are broken. By night, we cannot sleep because our minds are still racing. We have allowed the external circumstances to control our internal peace. But what if you change that? What if you started your day differently? What if before anything else, before the phone, before the coffee, before anything, you prayed? Father in heaven, let me speak to you about this prayer that changes your entire day. This is not a prayer for emergencies only. This is not a prayer you pray when things fall apart. This is a prayer you pray before the day can fall apart. This is preventative prayer. This is the shield you put on before you enter the battlefield. Many of us think of prayer as something we do when we need help. We call out to God when we're desperate. We come to Him when we have nowhere else to turn. But that's like waiting until you're sick to start exercising. That's like waiting until your house is falling apart to learn how to build it. The powerful prayer is the one you pray in advance, the one that prepares you, the one that lines your heart with truth before the lies of the world try to convince you of something different. You know, Nehemiah understood this. Before the great work of rebuilding Jerusalem, before facing opposition and difficulty, he prayed, "I confess the sins we Israelites have committed against you. We have not obeyed the commands you gave us." He began by aligning his heart. He began by positioning himself correctly before God. And then, when the work came, he was ready. The powerful prayer is the one where you say to God, "Before this day happens, before I face what I'm about to face, I want you to know where my allegiance is. I want you to know that I trust you. I want to position my heart toward you so that nothing this day brings can shake that foundation." When you pray like this, when you start your day by saying to God, "You are in control, not me. You are greater than every challenge I will face. You are with me in every moment," something shifts. Your nervous system calms. Your perspective changes. Your strength is renewed. That is the power. Not in magic words, but in positioning yourself correctly. In reminding yourself of the truth before the world tries to tell you lies. In connecting with something greater than your circumstances before your circumstances can overwhelm you. Here is the prayer, my child, the one that transformed my mornings. Father, before this day begins, before I step into the world and face what waits for me, I come to you. I pause. I stop. I remember that you are here. You are with me. I confess that I cannot do this alone. I cannot carry today by myself. I cannot face every moment with my own strength. I need you. Right now. Before the day even starts, I need you. So I give you this day. Not my will, but yours be done. I surrender my plans, my anxieties, my desires for how this day should go. I surrender it all to you. Put your peace in my heart, not the peace that the world gives, which depends on everything going perfectly, but your peace, the peace that exists even when things are difficult, the peace that holds me steady when I am shaken, the peace that reminds me that you are in control. Guide my steps, guide my words, guide my reactions. When I am tested, help me remember that I am not alone. When I am tempted to worry, help me remember that you are faithful. When I face opposition, help me remember that you are greater. And Lord, I ask that this peace that I am receiving right now, in this moment before the day begins, would stay with me, would remain with me through every hour, would guard my heart and my mind no matter what comes. Thank you. Thank you for this new day. Thank you for another chance. Thank you for your faithfulness. Amen. Look at the structure of this prayer, precious one. It begins with acknowledgement. Before anything else, you acknowledge that God is here, that He exists, that He is present with you in this moment. This is not a small thing. This is the foundation. Then comes surrender. You say, I cannot do this alone. You stop pretending that you have it all figured out. You stop acting like you can manage everything by yourself. You surrender. And in that surrender, you find strength. Then comes the request. But notice what you're asking for. You're not asking for a perfect day. You're not asking for all your problems to disappear. You're asking for peace. You're asking for peace that can exist alongside difficulty. You're asking for peace that is not dependent on circumstances. Then comes thanksgiving. Even before the day has proven itself, you thank God. You thank Him for the day. You thank Him for His faithfulness. You thank Him in advance for the ways He will sustain you. Each element of this prayer works together. It's like preparing your mind, your heart, your spirit for what's coming. It's like putting on armor before you go into battle. When I finished that prayer, something had already changed, and I hadn't even left my house yet. The anxiety that usually greets me in the morning, that weight I usually feel when I think about the day ahead, it was gone. Not because the day was going to be easy, but because I had already positioned myself. I had already reminded myself where my trust belonged. As the day unfolded, things happened. Difficult things, frustrating things, things that normally would have derailed me. But something was different. Every time something tried to pull me down, I remembered. I remembered that prayer. I remembered that I had surrendered this day to God. I remembered that peace. And the peace stayed. It stayed through the difficult meetings. It stayed through the unexpected challenges. It stayed through the moments when I wanted to react in anger, but chose to respond in grace instead. The peace remained. It was like an anchor, like a constant presence. You know, when Paul wrote about the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, he was describing exactly this. He was describing a peace that doesn't make logical sense, a peace that exists even when everything around you would justify anxiety and fear, a peace that is supernatural, a peace that is a gift from God. In the days that followed that morning prayer, I began to establish a rhythm. Every morning, before the day could take over, I would pray, I would position myself, I would surrender, and every day that peace would stay with me. My reactions to stress became different. My ability to handle difficulty increased. My patience grew, not because my circumstances changed, but because my foundation had changed, because I was starting each day aligned with God instead of aligned with my circumstances. This is the transformation that comes from a morning prayer, not a dramatic overnight change, but a steady, consistent, daily renewing of your mind and heart. a daily choice to position yourself toward peace instead of toward fear. You are about to start a new day, aren't you? Maybe it's morning right now. Maybe you're reading this as the sun is rising. And I'm here to tell you, you can do what I did. You can start your day differently. You can pray this way. You can invite peace into your day before the chaos arrives. First, wake up early, before the world demands your attention. Even 15 minutes. Find that sacred space of silence. Second, sit in a comfortable place, where you can be still, where you won't be interrupted. Your bedroom, your kitchen, a quiet corner. Third, close your eyes. Connect with yourself. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath. Come back to the present moment. Fourth, acknowledge God's presence. Say it out loud if you can. You are here. You are with me. I am not alone. Fifth, confess your need. I cannot do this alone. I need you. Today, I need you more than ever. Sixth, surrender your day. Visualize handing God your day, all your plans, all your worries, all your expectations. Say, not my will, but yours. Seventh, ask for peace, not for perfection, but for peace that will stay with you no matter what comes. Eighth, thank God. Thank Him for the day. Thank Him for His presence. Thank Him in advance for His faithfulness. Ninth, listen. Sit in the silence. Let God speak to your heart. It might be a word, a feeling, a sense of direction, or just the presence of peace. 10th, carry that peace with you. As you go through your day, remember that you are not alone. Remember that you surrendered this day to God. Remember that peace is available to you in every moment. You reached this point because you were meant to hear this, because your soul knows the truth, because there is a part of you that understands that you don't have to carry the weight of today alone. There is a part of you that knows that peace is possible, that starting your day with prayer is the most important thing you can do. And I want you to know, you deserve to start your day with peace. You deserve to walk through your hours with a sense of calm and trust. You deserve to know that no matter what comes, you are held, you are guided, you are loved. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, before anything else, pray this prayer. Or pray from the place this prayer comes from. Use the words that feel true in your heart, but start your day with God. Start your day with surrender. Start your day with peace. Pray as if your Father in heaven is waiting for you to remember Him, because He is waiting. He has been waiting since before the world even existed. When you pray this prayer, you will feel something shift, a settling, a grounding, a sense of, okay, I can handle this day, not because I'm strong, but because I'm not alone. If this message touched you, share it. Share it with someone who starts their day in anxiety and fear, because there is someone who needs to know that a better way exists. Someone who needs to know that peace is available. Someone whose entire day could be transformed by starting with prayer. If this video made you feel something, leave a comment. Tell your story of how morning prayer has changed your days. Your testimony could awaken someone's faith. And please, subscribe, because we will continue this conversation together. We will explore more about beginning your day with God, about the prayers that anchor your life, about the next powerful prayers that will transform not just your mornings, but your entire existence. You are loved, you are seen, you are known, and you are sustained. May the peace that transcends all understanding guard your heart and your mind. See the next prayer with us. May God guide your mornings.